the NBA season is warming up a bit, but looking at the Eastern Conference and Western Conference table, we've got some surprise packages in the Western Conference. We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves, OKC, Oklahoma Thunder leading. The Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, they're all down at the bottom and they've got the best players. So it's an interesting NBA season. In the Eastern Conference, you've got the Boston Celtics. You've got the Milwaukee Bucks in the top three. New York Knicks and Miami Heat. Miami Heat usually plays around that 5-6 spot, but they end up being, deep in the playoffs. It's all about the Miami Heat culture, as they always try and call it. So it's an interesting NBA season, only at the start, but it's starting to pick up as we get into the Christmas, January, towards the All-Star break. That's when you start to see who's the top contenders. And unfortunately for, what's his name? Victor Wembanyama, he's San Antonio Spurs. They're at the bottom of the Western Conference at the moment.
Why did he choose? Why was he? Was it just a matter of who had the first right of refusal to pick him?
So with the NBA draft system, so let's say if you're in the bottom 12 or bottom 13, you go into what they call the draft lottery. And then if your ball comes out of that lottery, like how we play the lottery, then you get the number one pick of the draft. And Wembanyama was just destined to be the number one pick. He's 7'3". He can shoot the three.
He can shoot the threes, yeah.
He's like a taller version of Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he can attack the rim, everything.
So that's how the NBA. So it was just the draft. So, but I think he went to the good team, San Antonio Spurs. They had Tim Duncan. They had a few foreigners there. You had Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. So Popovich knows how to handle him. Again, it's all rookies there, and they're still young. Give him a couple of more years. The Spurs will be back. There's just like Oklahoma Thunder. They had a lot of draft picks and they were, getting beaten the last 2-3 years. And now they're the second seed. So everything just improves. Again, similar to the Indiana Pacers. They had lots of draft picks. Of course, they're number 7. But again, once these rookies get their feet wet, understand the system, understand the culture, how to play, man, they'll always be at the top there.
I think we're looking at a very interesting time where we've had these megastars who are on top of the game, but they're getting old now. You talk about Steph, looking at LeBron.
Yeah,
they're getting older. They're getting to a place where slowly but surely now they're slowing down. Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't see a lot of talent that measures up to who they are at the moment to take that place.
Can I come back to that point? I was talking to someone else. Is it because it's something which we're used to? Is it a conscious bias which we've got? It's just like now you can't watch movies of the new actors. You'd rather watch an old Denzel Washington movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is some cognitive bias there.
It's a cognitive bias. Like for the younger guys who are more on the TikToks and, Instagram, younger than us, they are more into these, Luka Doncic, all the guys who are flexing themselves on those TikToks and Instagrams. Us, we've got that cognitive bias now where MJ, and then MJ, a few years later, LeBron came.
Yes.
It was still within that era of us being, enjoying the start of Facebook, the start of, other coming out of MySpace. That's our era. Let's not hide away from it. So now you can say, there's no young guys coming because you're not really following it as intensively as we used to. Like what you said that this weekend you didn't watch football. You wouldn't say that 5 years back. You'd have to watch your football.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just looking at it from a point of view where LeBron came on the scene. He was the player to watch. He was somebody that even if you didn't want to watch basketball, but because you've heard of LeBron, you're curious to just want to sneak in and watch a game. And
That's now
Marketing.
that's the new generation's Victor Wembanyama. For the young kids, they want to
Yeah.
watch Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah. Wow, for him, yeah, I've heard about him. Like
So
the
that's
whole.
So yeah, that's my perspective. But what you're saying is that I was actually saying that to someone because we were watching the new Equalizer, and you could see, man, on Denzel's the makeup now doesn't hide the aging and stuff. Or Bruce Willis,